Hello guys, it's Nikki Moran here. I want to talk about the most unlikely route to long-term career success for creative people. And that route, I believe, is about learning how to do your own PR. You might not like doing self-promotional PR, but in my experience, learning it is the only way to shift what your career is like from being a little bit unfulfilled to being much more fulfilled. It's really about learning how to communicate the value of the work you love. This also ties in with a workshop I'm running next week on the 6th of July in London called the Brass Tacks of Trailblazing PR. And it is really for anybody who wants to be more fulfilled in their career. You don't necessarily have to have a business to learn about PR. It's also about learning how to communicate your value. But let me explain a little bit more why I think PR is a really important skill to learn. Most of the people I work with basically come to me because they've got into a trap of doing work to pay the bills. That takes up a lot of time and energy, and often they get really frustrated. They're using their creative skills, but they're not loving it because they're always doing it to make money for somebody else. Often they have these other side projects, perhaps, a style that developed when they were at art college or whatever, and they just really don't have the energy to invest in doing things they love anymore because they're so busy making money. So the really ideal solution for most of my clients is to put the work they love doing and putting it center stage and actually learning how to raise their profile on the things they love to do and the things they want to be known for. And the reason that's a really important skill is because once people connect you and learn more about what you are really passionate about, you're going to get more jobs linked to that area rather than the kind of work that you keep getting but you don't really love. So that's one really big reason. Communicating what you love doing, you'll get more work connected with that. The second reason is if you learn PR skills, you'll be able to learn how to get something into the press. It's such a useful skill, and it's surprisingly, I wouldn't say it's easy, but once you understand how the press works, then you are more likely to be able to get them to write about you. And if you get something in the press, your perceived value as a creative will go up. So say you were featured in The Guardian or some sort of, product magazine. Just imagine how your potential customers or people who hire you will see you. They will see you as someone successful, somebody very valuable. And then that means you can be a little bit more choosy, and it means you can charge a little bit more for your time because you will be more in demand. So that's massive. The third reason is PR, even if you don't want to be featured in the press, it's actually all about good communication. And this is essential for creative people. Many creatives become a little bit confusing when they try and describe what they do and they're not clear about what their work stands for or how we can relate to their work. So they seem a little bit ambiguous, confusing. So you're more likely to get people to engage with you if they are really clear about what your work is about, what's the meaning behind your work. And PR is also about telling the story around what your work is. So that's so important. So I'll give you a little story. I worked with a photographer a few years ago, and he was really struggling to get an agent. He was going from agent to agent, showing his portfolio, and he wasn't getting any bites. Once he started telling stories about his work and the background of his story and his philosophy, he had the pick of about 5 or 6 top agents in London, and his whole career took off. So it completely changed his career, and now he's like traveling around the world doing these incredible shoots and getting paid really well, doing what he loves, because he was able to communicate the value and the meaning of his style and his approach. So that's why I think PR is essential. It's about good communication and telling people what your work's about so you'll get more of the work you love. So if you want to come to my workshop, it's next week. It's the 6th of July in London. We've got few places left, and so there is time to join. The early bird price finishes this Thursday. I sort of just delayed the early bird price a little bit longer for anybody who's been sitting on the fence. It's going to be amazing, and I really hope you can make it. So you'll find all the details at nickimoran.co.uk, and it's the brass tacks of Trailblazing PR. I hope to see you there. Bye.